Regarding
Hey folks, how are you? First Communion folks, just want to give you a quick overview of Basecamp and where things are located and how you can go about getting to them. If you don't have Basecamp access, please contact me. Please send me an email at cmorris@hforange.org. That's CMORRIS@HFORANGE.org. Yeah, it's beneficial to have it. All of our materials are out there, and these are materials that you're going to want to be able to access and re-access over time. So I'm going to go to Basecamp using a standard internet browser, but you can obviously get this as an application on your smartphone, whether it be a Google-based phone or Android-based phone, or an iPhone. But either way, you know the functionality and the navigation is the same. So their app is very good at mimicking what you would get through a standard web browser. So I'm going to go to Basecamp. And I obviously see a lot more in Basecamp than you would see. Okay, so I'm seeing multiple different environments, but you guys will all see the first communion environment, the Holy Family First Communion environment, if you have access. And when you go in, you're really going to see three elements: the message board, docs and files, and if there's been any activity, who have things been added recently, when were they added, things of that nature, are there changes made in security or what have you. You click into the message board. I don't post a lot of messages out there, but for example, today I did update the blue bucket questions. So we have people ask us questions about the faith all the time. These are the questions that have come in 2025. Feel free to ask a question. Obviously you can always ask a question in class, but some people are a little bit hesitant to do that. So, you can download the questions from 2025. These are also all available on our website, going back 3-4 years now. So there's probably about 1,000 questions and answers out there. But you also can submit a question. So that's why I've pinned to the top, how do you ask a question? And it's very simple. You can just click on this link and pose your question. It can be anonymous. You don't have to provide any information about yourself. And what will happen is that it will get answered within 24 to 48 hours and posted on our website when we update it each week. So if you want to ask it anonymously, you can. If you want to ask it and provide an email but not a name, that's fine too. We just shoot the answer automatically out to the email. So it's pretty anonymous even that way as well. And it's pretty simple to actually ask a question. You just click on that link and boom, enter your question. Okay, so not tough. And then if you want to throw an email, you do that, you hit done. Okay, so pretty straightforward. So again, back to Basecamp. If I'm in that Holy Family area, I'm going to see the message board. And I'm going to see docs and files. Probably the only other thing I'd like to point out on the message board is you do all have a free access to formed.org, which has just a wealth of materials. They've really built out their family section, and I would recommend that you check that out if you can. The other element where you're probably going to spend most of your time is in docs and files. So here's where we keep, for example, all the recordings of all the sessions. We've pre-recorded them all, so I think we're using last year's recordings again this year. Not much has changed from one year to the next. I make minor modifications, but we've been using this format for a few years and have it pretty down now. You see all the session slide decks. People love to get their hands on those. I find that people have shared them with others or go back and reference them. You also have the parent aids. And for example, you're going to see year 2 and year 1 parent aids here. But if I go to the year 1 parent aid for session 1, this is the first session with your kids. What you're going to see is when we start working with your kids, we are going to give you one of these with each time we meet. And it's going to tell you what the objectives are for this month, some of the key terms, some of the key biblical passages that I'd love you to read and review, the key catechism passages that are out there, Let me actually download this so we can see the whole thing in its entirety. So again, some of the catechism passages, and then it's week by week. What do I want you to do? So week one, I want you to go to pages 10 and 11. Okay. I want you to, go through the key elements of those pages and then do these two activities, and you're done for week one. Week two, again, back to pages 10 and 11 on prayer, then in the garden, then do these activities. So, pretty straightforward. This is what I want you to do each week. So when we get to those sessions where it's child centric, okay, you're still coming. Okay, we're going to teach the kids at the kids level, and then we're going to hand you this so you can then go back and reteach the kids using the student guide and the activity book. And we really do try to break it out in a lot of detail for you to make it as easy as possible. So back on Basecamp, so we saw that parent aid. You see they're in reverse chronological order. So you go to the bottom to get the first ones. We not only give you the week by week overview, we also give you the discussion question answers. So you're going to notice in the guide, there's a lot of questions that they want you to discuss with your kids. Well, we thought it'd be useful you'd have the answers to those questions. So that's what you're going to see here. You're going to see that we will give you all of that material so that you can be very prepared when you're talking about this stuff with your kids as to what good answers and age appropriate answers might be. So again, it'll be give you the question and then the answer underneath it. So hopefully you're taking advantage of those and be able to access those and make those a reality for you as you're working through this material with your kids. So again, back to docs and files. I talked about the session recordings. Session recordings, real simple. Again, also in reverse chronological order. So if I want to see, for example, the class that we're going to have tonight we're having our second parent session, it would be here. So if you want to go back and get a review of the material I covered, feel free. It's all on YouTube. Okay, so you just click on the link and it will get you there and start to play. So all of these things are on YouTube, not a problem. You can see this one's from a couple of years back, but the content again hasn't changed. So you'll be able to get to anything that you want. The important thing too is if you miss a session, well, this is where you want to go to make it up. You watch the video, and then follow the makeup procedure. So again, watch the video, pick one of the questions at the end of the slide deck that you see on the video, and just give me a 100 to 200 word reflection by using this SurveyMonkey link. So pretty easy, actually. Now, I don't want you missing more than 2 classes, but for the up to 2 that you miss, this is a way for you to make them up and stay on board. And because you have access to all of the slide decks and parent aids, there's no reason, even if you miss a session, not to stay on course with your children, okay, or child. And then you see, I throw some other things out there over time, like examination of conscience and a list of mortal sins. Everyone loves that. Some things that are useful to prayers to memorize. The safe environment opt-out form. We'll talk more about that later. Our schedule for this year. First Communion basics, blah blah blah. So you see more stuff put out there as time goes on. But the bottom line is, you want to get you want to go into Holy Family First Communion. Might be worthwhile to check the message board. You probably see a new message out there a couple of times a month, and you'll be notified when there is. But docs and files is where everything is, including the session recording links, the slide decks, all of the parent aids, and any references that we hand out or direct to your attention during the course of the program. So hopefully that's pretty simple. Again, if you don't have Basecamp access yet, please email me, and I can only give access to one email with a name, so I can't have like 3 people get access off the same email. It's a one-to-one relationship. So if both parents want access, I need 2 different emails, 2 different names in order to give both parents access. But feel free just to send me a note. Again, that's at cmorris@hforange.org. That's CMORRIS@hforange.org. Hopefully this was helpful, and you get a sense of why we use Basecamp and how valuable it can be as a reference tool. Anyway, take care. I hope you guys are enjoying the program. I really look forward to working with you this year. Bye now.